Welcome back to Crypto Spaces, back with another Nemesis update for you guys. Nemesis right now sitting at 3.45 million market cap. Remember guys, when I talked about Nemesis, it was like the start of December, like the 9th, the 10th. It was sitting at like 1.6 million market cap, and I told you guys, hey, maybe 500 bucks in Nemesis could go very far here, which would have been 300,000 Nemesis tokens at the time. And right now we're up 2x, so if you want to take out your initials, you could do that, right, just to be on the safe side. Like I said with my previous update, this is a project invested by A16Z, and like I said, A16Z is like one of the best investment funds in crypto or in general. They invested in so many startups and companies early. They manage billions of dollars, right? And through District XYZ, which is like the branch under A16Z, there's multiple projects that they've invested in on base chain in their creative fund, right, or their acceleration fund, right? And Nemesis is one of them. The one that stuck out to me the most was Nemesis because it has product market fit, right? There's not really a Hyperliquid or Aster for base chain, right? There's not one that we've seen as yet, right? Hyperliquid is its own chain, Hyperliquid is its own chain. You go to Hyperliquid if you want to trade, leverage on any, different types of assets. Aster is BNB, Binance. If you want to trade on Aster, you have to go to BNB. But there's nothing yet for base chain. So that's why my thesis was, when it was 1.6 mil, 1.5, 1.4, I was like, well, this could be the answer to the Hyperliquid and Aster of, for base chain, right? So this could be base chain's Hyperliquid. This could be base chain's Aster. The perp dex, Omni perp dex, by the way, where you could trade any EVM coin. Any EVM coin, you could leverage, trade any EVM coin up to, I think, 20x leverage. Maybe that changes in the future. But, that is crazy. Any EVM coin, leverage on it. That is insane to think about, right? So that's the thesis that I made, and again, you just have to hold. You just have to hold, man. And now you see Nemesis has been climbing up, right? 2x is a lot in these market conditions. I gotta tell you guys, 2x is a lot in these market conditions because it feels like the coins can't go up, man. It feels. And it's the thing, the coins that do go up, more likely than not, you don't have any exposure to them. So, God's willing, this is a coin that has, massive upside. I would love to see Nemesis to pull a Tibber or a KTA, right? A Kita, right? That would be fantastic. And I think that could be possible, right? Because, like I said, the product market fit, the PMF for Nemesis is hitting such a great spot where, people that want to, say for example, there's a new base chain coin that comes out and people want to do some leverage on it quickly, because remember, any EVM coin, so say some new, say there's the next KTA that launches, something that hits the types of hype and, success of a KTA, right? And it launches on base. Or it launches on Avalanche, or I think this is how it works. If it launches on Avalanche or Monad, etc., as long as it's EVM, right, you could literally just hop on Nemesis, put on 5x, 10x leverage and ride it up, right? So instead of just buying spot, you got 500 bucks. Instead of buying that 500 buck spot, you put it into Nemesis, 5x that, put on 5x leverage long, 10x leverage long with that 500 bucks, and then boom, it goes to $1 billion market cap just like that. You're a trillionaire. You're a billionaire, you're a trillionaire with Nemesis now, right? So that's pretty much what that was pretty much the thesis. I'm like, yo, that's a great utility. That's a great use case, right? So again, Nemesis in a good spot right now. Obviously it's up 2x, so I wouldn't tell you guys to break the bank here. I think just 100,000 Nemesis coins is a great spot, right? $350 right now for 100,000 coins. I think that's good, right? I think that's a good trade, right? And what's also great is that it's about to enter price discovery. Once it breaks 8.5 mil market cap, it's really off to the races here. So, pay attention, man. Pay attention. Another thing that I wanted to point out, man, never you know, always keeping that moon bag, man. Honestly, like if you de-risk Nemesis here, always keep that moon bag, because you never know if the coin goes to Valhalla, right? We have crops right here. I might have sold a bit too early on white whale. He sold white whale too early and fumbled $2.7 million. Imagine if he just sold half of his bag and kept in that moon bag the other half of the bag, or 30% of the bag, right? He would have had 6 figures right now, right? 30%. What's 30% of 2.7? 2.7 is my math right? Let me see. 2.7 minus 30%. So he, what? No, minus, not 30%, 70%. 2.7 minus 70%. So imagine if he kept 30% of his bag, right? 30% of his 2.7 mil bag, you know, when he had it at 781k market cap, he just kept 30%. He would have like 700 to 800k right now. Or, you know, if my math is wrong, at least 6 figures right now. So never sell out your entire bag in some of these projects that have massive potential, right? So even if you do de-risk from Nemesis here, keep a bag, because you never know. It could go to $1 billion market cap. It could. So, you know, that was just a Nemesis update for you guys. As always, truly appreciate the support. Like, comment, subscribe. Again, we take a look at the X. The product, the utility, the actual product will be released very soon. And, you know, the dev and the team has been building towards that. So you just have to be patient. You don't want to buy before, you don't want to buy after the product goes live, because it may just be massive, right? So you saw what happened with Aerodrome, for example. This is like Aerodrome, but with leverage and on any EVM coin. That's a great utility, right? So we'll have to see how it goes when the actual product and the actual, you know, product is rolled out. But like I said, A16Z is invested here. Do your research on A16Z through District XYZ. A16Z is invested here. I think they'll flip the switch on their investments. I just showed you guys in the previous video how, you know, they made a video. Brian Armstrong retweeted it. You know, things could be starting to turn around, man. So getting exposure to some A16Z investments is a great idea, right? So again, none of this is financial advice. Like and subscribe, guys. Truly appreciate the support. Catch you in the next one.